We in this bish.
Yeah, we're here.
Yes, we are.
Got a whole crew.
Yeah, every one of you just as ugly as the next.
Where's Van at?
Whoa. No.
He's not here tonight. Yeah.
Did his subscription get canceled?
Yeah, he didn't pay his dues.
Sounds about like me.
Tyler's our special guest tonight.
What's up?
He says it's 65 degrees down there where he's at right now and sunny.
Oh, I had shorts on today pulling heads on my motor.
I had shorts on too, but when I got out of bed, quickly put on some underwear.
It was -8 this morning up in St. Louis.
That's retarded. That's crazy.
You
I'm
know,
not feeling that.
I don't guess I'm gonna go there.
No, not going to St. Louis anytime soon.
So down here, we're not ever prepared for that type of weather. So whenever it gets, hell, if it gets 19 degrees down here, they shut schools down. I mean, they go to do the whole deal.
Yeah. Aaron, what's the weather like over there where you're at, out in Nevada?
It's all about 20.
I hear you. Anybody got any good? You got good stories to tell for the weekend? Before we get started here.
No, I worked on my car this weekend finally.
Well, we went and ate too, didn't we? Where'd we go eat?
Yep.
Yeah.
Had my grandson's birthday party.
I drove down that way.
Did y'all go to Chuck E. Cheese?
No. We had the birthday party at Delta, and then we went. Me and Jamie and my brother, we went to Sards and ate up there. Which I won't be going back because they changed the menu.
What?
Favorite thing that I believe me, I let the waitress know. I was like, yeah, it's the last time I'll be here.
Boy.
But enough of that.
What about you, Aaron? What did you do this weekend?
Worked on the car. You already know.
Sounds like that's what everybody did.
I watched Aaron wax his. So he that's all he had to do. I'm just gonna wax it.
He's ready to go.
Yeah.
What's that?
Yeah.
Kind of hard to clean those up.
I tried to tell him you can't polish a turd, but he attempted it anyways.
That's why you got to get some ugly shit like I got. You ain't never got to clean
Wax
it.
will make it a tenth of a second faster.
Yeah. Do what, James?
Oh, I'm just listening to Chris.
Oh, Aaron. What'd you say, Aaron?
I said the wax will make it a tenth of a second faster.
Oh God. You're gonna need all the help you can get.
See, I think about it backwards. I want my car to rust. That way it just gets faster because it's lighter.
Yeah, weight reduction.
That's right. And I got plenty of it. I'm waiting on my door to fall off about a 330 foot mark. I promise you.
Chris. Rumors are already flying. What's the rumor now?
I didn't hear that. I was working on my phone.
So what's the date, Chris?
Yeah.
Oh, my new date?
Yeah.
That date is actually correct. The only thing is, instead of the date that it's going to be done at Eric's, that's the date it's going to be going down the track.
You see what Eric just
5/19/24, I'll be going down the track at that date. That's what Eric means.
Mm-hmm. I don't know that that's what Eric means.
Yeah.
Eric's schedule and my schedule got some conflict.
We'll get that worked out.
So that's when it leaves Eric's is 5/19?
No, that's when it's going down the track.
Oh.
Oh boy. So what'd you do this weekend, Tyler? I seen you had your heads off. So first of all, Tyler, never really met him in person. I don't get. We ever met in person?
Nah, we might have been at the same area, but I don't think we ever spoke.
Yeah. We just kind of know each other from Facebook. He had a G-Body Malibu, a good-looking car, actually. Doing the same thing I kind of did the El Camino. It had all the long travel, making a small tire car back when that was what a small tire car was.
Whenever you had to have factory firewall, factory floor pans.
Yep.
and steel roof,
Now-
steel quarters.
Yep. Now small tire is way out here in left field for us.
Yeah.
So he's jumped into more of a street car, just as like a couple of us have done, except for Chris. He's still in the fire with a can of gas. So
I would be if my wallet would allow it for sure, because that's just what I like. I like the less is more kind of thing. It's easier to work on, but at the same time, I got to do what my wallet will allow me to do. So
yeah. So what happened to the one you got there? What you had the heads off of it this weekend?
Well, I got it, and I blew the motor up about a month in. I put a little bit too much boost in it for what it was ready for. And it's been together for about 2 years, and I was trying to push it. And number 7, number 8 come out and, left the chat. And so I put together another one, and it's just been one little thing after another. I put it together, and then it had like a ticking noise, and I thought it was a spark plug boot come off, and then it still was doing it. And then I was like, well, I'm going to buy new lifters. Well, I bought brand new lifters, pulled the heads off this weekend, and it was just leftover residue from the last motor that blew up. It sent some shrapnel up in my intake. Whenever I didn't clean it. I didn't even think about cleaning the damn intake. Rookie mistake. So I pulled the heads off, and number 1 cylinder the piston had some damage to it, and I opened up the intake, and there it was. All the stuff. So I put new lifters in it anyway, but so far so good. I cranked it up and drove it. Trans brake wasn't working about a week ago when I was trying to make it to Pad Wars. I was trying to do all this to get down there to do that, but
Yeah.
it was just been one thing after another. But so far so good today. So hopefully next weekend I can go try it.
Is it your basic run of the mill 5.3 jobber? Or, yeah.
Yeah, I mean it ain't nothing spectacular at all. I think this bottom end, I think it's probably 250,000 mile bottom end kind of deal, and I mean it runs good. It's ran good. It's the same setup it was. I did that specifically so it'd be kind of a cut and dry kind of get it back going quick kind of deal. But it runs good for what it is, and hell, I drive it everywhere with a Power Glide in it. So.
Oh yeah. Well, that's similar. James, James rebuilt his. He put bearings and stuff in it, but it was just a high mileage 5.3, wasn't it?
Oh, mine?
Yeah.
Yeah, we put new, we gapped the rings on it and new bearings. Had the crank turned, and it's bored 40 over, and it just got BTR cam, stage 2 cam, and just run of the mill.
Yeah, I guess my math was, I was like, hell, 280,000 miles rings gapped.
Yeah. Yeah.
They gap by mileage. I hope we're gonna see here.
I don't want to tell Aaron, but that's about what that Mustang is. I kind of fibbed a little bit when I told him when I was trying to sell it. I told him it had all this done to it and this and that. Actually, it's about 300,000, and it ain't got no cam in it. It's just got some lobes missing, so it sounds like it's got a lobe.
Yeah, take that tiger paw on the grinder and
Yep.
build your own lobes. That's about a 295, 296.
Look, this man's sitting at his. John Newell is sitting at home right now, drunk. Chris Phelps is going to be fast, and you guys better get your homework to keep up with him. John done bumped his head.
He knows what he's talking about.
I'm glad. Yeah. I'm glad I got away from the small tire stuff. I am. I've got this little truck. I've worked on it the past 2 weekends, and I'm just so excited to get back out just to drive it. That's.
Hey, every time I go see what he does, it feels like it's getting faster and faster, as closer and closer it gets to being together.
What are you gonna do if it runs the same time as that big block?
I'm gonna fucking give you hell.
Aaron, tell him how that Mustang runs, Aaron.
It runs pretty good. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah. Aaron, so I told Aaron, which I told him what kind of horsepower the Mustang made on the dyno, which I won't tell because it ain't my car no more. And Aaron's just kind of over here in the corner like, well, what are you going to do with that? So before we finalized the deal, I thought, well, take him for a ride, kind of show him the ropes, let him see what it feels like, and is this the fastest thing you ever been in, Aaron?
That's the fastest thing I've ever been in.
Yeah. So you crank the wick up on it, and at 60 mile an hour going down the road, and you just, you drop the hammer, and it'll just get loose. Now, the difference in somebody that never drove something like that before, and somebody, I'm not going to say like me, but that car it's not fast to me because I've been faster. So I'm over there, one hand on the wheel, one hand on the shifter, and Aaron's got the roll cage, and he's holding the glove box. He's got one foot on the dash, and he said at one point, this is no joke. He said at one point, I felt like my eyeballs were sucked into my head.
Yeah.
Well, there's also a difference between driving that and then riding in that. Because like I can drive my car and somebody be in it and they're the same way. But now if I ride in it and anybody drive it, I'm just like Aaron was.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take some of the seat with me because my butthole.
We also was on the roughest road in Missouri.
I took it like a champ, though. What's up, Matt Spencer? What are you doing tonight? Yeti Monty? Yeti. Brian, you can't compete with nobody. What are you talking about, the fast guys? You need to be at the demo derby. Nah, I'm playing. I feel you. Must be snowing down there.
I know, but it takes it. Speaking about the small tire stuff again, it takes everything in me not to go stupid with my car, trying to go back that direction just because that's just what I want to do. But damn, it's just. I mean, if you ain't got that's the one thing. I mean, what's y'all's opinion on a program like money wise in a program? What do you have to be competitive right now? To run these Pro Charger guys, 540 big blocks.
Oh, you gotta have unlimited budget in my book.
I was thinking the same thing. I think about that all the time. Like, what if I was to, go out and just buy a turnkey program? I'd probably have to spend 70, 80 grand just off the top, and then make that same weekend.
Yeah, I mean, you'd have to have an unlimited budget to run in some of the. We'll take we take Warner Woods, for example. Me and Chris went up there. When were we up there, Chris? 3 years ago?
3 years ago.
And not to say, so I made it down to 11 cars, I think is what it was. I don't remember how many was there. There's a boatload of them. I'm not saying I was any more competitive than anybody else. But at 11 cars, you had to have your shit together. And I mean, I got beat. I didn't have my shit together. Okay, now let's go back this year to Warner Woods. I wouldn't have been on the same playing field as them guys. Yeah. Maybe one or two of them. I watched a few guys that I thought, why in the hell are you in small tire? Why in the hell are you even racing? But they were doing it for fun, I guess. I don't know, but yeah, I mean, it's
well, they was probably local, and to them that was just a cool event to get in. But like somebody like me driving, it's probably 13 hours up there. I'm guessing. Me take my car up there to just donate money, that'd be if I was to try to get in small tire. Now I thought about maybe going up there and trying the hard tire, but hell, people's getting that shit figured out too.
Yeah, Truly has got that. I mean, in the Mets thing, he has got that thing figured out now.
Yep.
He has got a recipe for hard tire.
Yeah. Yep. It's kind of hard to find a niche to get in. It's like down here. I mean, my car is a street car. I drive it everywhere, but down here, a lot of people don't. There's no true street or anything like that. It's either small tire or daily driver, and so I don't fit in daily driver because they got a power glide fuel cell.
Yeah.
Other than that, I'm in.
Yeah, a lot of that stuff they're trying to do in that daily driver stuff. They're must have overdrive transmission and things like that. Man, I've drove a Power Glide or a Turbo 350. I've had several pickups that's what they came factory with and been all over the country with them.
Yep.
I'm not going to say I don't agree with that rule, but at the same time, I know what they're trying to do with that rule, the overdrive transmission. So,
yep. Yeah, it's just a hard spot to. It's either you go full retard or not. It's like where do you draw the line out on where the average person can compete? So
yeah, it's tough. I tell you what, we did one deal this last, I don't know, what's it been, James, a month ago, whatever. We did a no trailer race up here, and we went to the backside of Sykeston's racetrack up here.
Yeah, I watched the
And-
video on YouTube.
We had a good time. I mean, now Randy Westmoreland, which is I couldn't tell him he couldn't come with his Firebird. He had his car was more street than mine. It had turn signals and horn and full exhaust. I couldn't tell him he couldn't come, but I mean, but really though, it was a good time, and I didn't mind. Which I didn't have to race Randy, thank God, because he'd been the one that put me out and made me look like a fool. But I mean, I didn't mind to lose to Randy. He's a humble guy. Like I said, he fit the rules, so it kind of was what it was there.
Mhm. Yeah.
But it gave everybody, some of the guys that had never did that before, it kind of gave everybody an idea of what they need to do, to run in that kind of atmosphere.
And that's another thing too. I mean, if somebody's got the time and the money, they can build a small tire car to fit
Yeah.
whatever class you got. And then,
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, I've seen it a few times this past year with a couple of guys that if you went off the spirit of the class,
Yeah.
then you wasn't supposed to ever be in it. But
Right.
you know,
Now, something we're going to do at our next race, we are going to do a pay per round or whatever you want to call it. So for each round you win, it's going to be like $25.
yeah,
It ain't much, but I mean, hell, you go 2 rounds, you $50. That's half your entry fee back. I mean, you're not going home, completely broke anyway. So,
yeah, and keep
but it keeps it interesting, and hopefully it'll keep some of the faster guys. I shouldn't say faster, but some of those guys that kind of keep them out, because it essentially it lessens the total payout. But we're out there trying to race for fun. I mean, if you win a little money, you win a little money. But when you start paying back per round like that, it lessens the total payout, and hopefully,
Well, if you got the $25 per round thing, not necessarily the faster guys, but the guys who it costs a lot more money to run their program a weekend, it's gonna be like,
Yeah.
oh, that's not really worth the time. But somebody who's just on Pumpy 85 and they got an open trailer and they can come try to have some fun.
Yep, that's what we're trying to get into is something like that.
Hopefully, if my car will stay together, I'd like to come up that way and do like a no trailer. That'd be pretty cool.
I don't know how many we're going to get off this year. I haven't actually sat down with Possum. I don't want to turn it into an event, just for the simple fact is I don't want to be a promoter. I don't mind to host and coordinate a couple of them or 3 or 4, but I don't want to turn it into an event because I don't want to put the time and effort into it. For one, I want to race in it. For 2, I don't make any money off of it, and the people that help don't make any money off of it. So they've got to be willing to do it for fun as well. And I don't want to do one so often that everybody gets burnt out.
Yeah, that's true.
But
that is true.
Yeah.
I'm just more into the street stuff, but man, there's not a lot of it down there. There's some, but there's just not. It's not as prominent in this area as it has been in other ones.
right.
I mean, hell, Pad Wars, it took them 30 hours to get through all them cars just with cops and.
Yeah, that was insane. James, you get that hood done yet?
Yeah, it's done.
Is it really painted and all?
Yeah.
I'm ready to see it. Can you see over it?
Yes.
Okay, that's what I was wondering.
It's actually pretty low still.
Is it really?
Yeah. I mean, it's just adding a little bit. Think about changing the intake out on my car, putting a little bit more higher.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got you.
My head's a lot bigger than I thought it was going to be. I bought it out there in Memphis, and on Facebook it looked small, and then when I'm in it, I'm like, shit. I don't know if I'm able to see nothing.
How tall is that hood?
Hell, I ain't even measured it. I've got to say at least 6-7 inches. Got to
Yeah.
be. I mean,
It
goes halfway up my damn
Pretty good
windshield.
size.
Yeah, it's huge. It's huge.
It looks gangster, but now
Yeah.
whether I might have to take it off the race.
Yeah.
Going to the track, it looks cool.
Yeah. Shit, look out. Get there, you got to take the hood off and
Yeah,
make the rest of it.
I have to stay in the right lane all the time. I mean, I just have to. There's no way around it.
Yeah. Well, it ain't no different. Aaron, he sits up so tall in that Mustang, he's got to hang his head out the window to race.
Right like this.
Yeah, needs a sunroof in it.
Yeah.
Here, Yeti wants to know what intake you got now, James.
I'm getting a high rise Holly. I'm gonna go with a little bit taller one than what I got.
Yeah. So you just got the what is that?
I just found out getting when I did the standard Holly. Yeah.
Yeah. I got you. I got you.
I think I got a mid rise in mine. I wouldn't mind putting a high rise on mine too.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the high rise on it.
I want one of those sheer fab little hats that go on top. They look or Sharir or whatever. I don't know how the hell you pronounce it now. I can barely count to 10, let alone spell or say.
Yeah. I know which ones you're talking about.
They look cool anyway.
Yeah.
Looking cool has half the battle.
Yeah, it's got to look aggressive. I mean, you can't look like no bitch rolling up.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
That hood on his car is pretty gangster though.
Yeah.
On Tyler's car.
Yeah.
It
It
is.
is.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely looks cool. It looks the part. I mean, it might look a little, because I mean, before I had this hood, I had a factory steel hood. There's no fiberglass on it. Well, there's now, but it's kind of hard because part of me, like I'm small tire, so I kind of want to do the wing, I want to do the chute, I want it to look the part too, but
Yeah.
it's hard. I like to keep it a sleeper too. I had the Jigs wheels on it before these billet specialties, and man, you wouldn't think this thing was turboed at all because you can't see anything.
Right.
It sounds like just a all motor car just running. So
If Chris would have bought something besides a high rise, we'd be done by now.
What the hell, Chris?
I tried to tell him, Eric. I tried to tell him. That man don't listen for shit.
I like one.
What's up, Timothy Hawkins? Aaron is in there hollering at somebody.
yeah, I like that Yeti Monty. I like his car. I
Yeah.
see it in videos every once in a while. It's pretty sweet.
Yeti's car runs really well too.
I'm just a G body guy. I don't give a damn
Yeah,
if
don't
it's
you.
on jack stands or on 26s. I like them.
Yeah.
So I gotta go.
You got to go?
Yeah, my truck is over there at Van Duzer trying to start itself.
Oh, all right.
Like nobody's in the truck. Dad said the truck's just trying to start itself. Nobody in it. It's just whirling over.
Tell him unhook the batteries.
That's what I told him. I guess I'm the only one that thought of that.
Yeah. All right. Well, go ahead. Do what you got to do.
All
So. See you later. Damn, that sucks. Huh.
So my kind of look there.
Yeah.
I mean, just think if somebody didn't spot it
Yeah.
by morning.
Yeah.
That'd be warmed up by the time he got there.
Not what, Barry? Hard to make a big block intake fit a stock 4.8.
We're gonna make that
Who's got the stock 4.8 though?
me.
I don't know.
Chris, you got too many head bolts to have a stock motor.
Oh,
He's got about 4 30 packs of Busch Light cans inside that motor.
I'm gonna start calling you Timothy. Look, yeah, Brian, I don't know how many damn converters you've been through, but you've been through all of them. That man's had more converters than I've had turbos, and I've had my fair share of turbos.
you definitely had a lot of turbo.
Yeah.
I need one of them now, I think.
What's on that car? Is it twin or single or?
Single. This is a VS 88103.
Yeah, that's actually a good turbo.
Oh yeah, it's good. It's got a little shaft play, I think, just barely slightly. So
Yeah.
thinking about maybe trying to go up to like a 91, 102, 104. I think I can't remember what it was. I was doing research on.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
I just
Yeah,
need
I'm
to
actually-
get it all figured out.
I got you. I'm actually so I'm going to insert I'm name dropping here. I'm actually a VS dealer if you ever need anything. So
Okay,
hit me up.
nice. Yeah, it's a good turbo. It's been good. It spools up quick. I mean, I don't have no complaints with it as far as that goes. I think I need more fuel system before I need more turbo, honestly. But
That's one thing a lot of people, I don't want to say cheap out on, but I mean they don't put a lot of time and effort into their fuel system. I've seen that a lot. Seen it a lot.
yep.
Not Chris though. He went straight for the big guns on everything.
Hey,
Yeah.
I spin it down in double spin. I knew what I wanted to do, so
Yeah. I
That's
hear
how it
you.
was with my Malibu. I had more fuel system than I ever even heard it run. I mean,
Yeah.
I had $5,000 in fuel system and never even heard it run yet. So.
Yeah. Chris got that in injectors.
Right, 16 of them.
Yeah. All of them. He called Bill Atomizer and said, send me all the injectors you got today.
I'll pay double.
Yeah. I need them now.
what it felt like when I was paying.
Yeah, the only way I'm buying billet atomizers is if they take food stamps. That's about the only way I can get them.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're pretty proud of them.
They are very proud of them.
You know,
They're a good injector, I guess. I had a set one time. I went back to a 16 220s and just had a lot better success with them.
Man, there's a lot of people swear by them Siemens Deca 220s.
I love them.
But you can tell everybody loves them because when they come up for sale, they just as expensive as billet atomizers, 550s or something.
Yeah. That's what's in that little truck now is it's got 220s and hell, I just made a little short quick pass outside of town and it had no duty cycle at all.
Yeah.
What's little Ricky saying?
One time I had about 18 nitrous bottles, Ricky,
Yeah.
I couldn't
So
even all full.
yeah. Mike Stuckey. What converter you getting, Brian? He's getting a damn freak show. That's what he's had the past 3 converters. They ain't never got it right. Last time he got one, he put it in the car and he rolled it over. It sounded like a pocket full of change. You ever had that problem, Mike? Oh, you have stepped your game up. He sent it off to PTC. I'm proud of you, Brian. I really am. Yeah, I am.
Yeah,
proud of you.
Dusty Bradford, he knows a few things for sure.
Yeah, I really like PTC.
Yep.
Had good luck out of them guys.
So what y'all think about the I know y'all done seen it and it's been on Facebook the past couple of days. What y'all think about the Holley versus Fuel Tech feud that done kicked off again?
I'm in the middle on that. I get it. I get it. Holley don't want to sponsor somebody that street races and Fuel Tech is, I get it. I'll never switch from Holley. Even if I don't get a sponsorship, I won't switch from them.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, to me, I just think it's funny. It's about like sports to me. My favorite part about sports is watching everybody fight each other about the sports. Well, just the same way with Holley and Fuel Tech. I don't care if you give me a Fuel Tech. Guess what? I'll run the Fuel Tech.
Yeah.
If you give me a Dominator, I'm gonna run the shit out the Dominator. I don't care.
Yeah, no, you're right. If somebody's going to give me something, I'm going to take it. But if I got to buy, I'm going to buy Holley just because I know it.
That's my thing.
Yeah, doesn't mean I can't learn Fuel Tech. It's just, I'll just stick to my old Holley stuff.
I feel, and I can't say this, with any, I don't feel like people that know Fuel Tech are as willing to like share knowledge as people who know Holley. Like I feel like the community for Holley is a little bit more, willing to help each other out. And another reason why I like Holley is because I've been to a few, Devin Vanderhoof classes over there.
Yeah.
Or HCR, and I've done invested that much money into myself, knowing it. It's hard to want to start all over again.
Right. Yeah, he's a smart dude. Devin he is a genius when it comes to that stuff.
And if you only watch him on YouTube, you think he's the biggest douchebag ever. You're just like, oh my god, dude, I ain't no way I could get along with him. And in person, he's nothing like it.
Yeah,
he'll tell you anything. If he knows it, he'll tell you.
Yeah,
he'll tell you anything you want to know.
Yeah.
Big guy.
I've had to hit him up a few times. I bought a few things from him, just small stuff, whatever. And I've had to hit him up, on Facebook a few times for some questions. And he's very, very quick to respond and help you out, not try to hide anything.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What's already paid for, Brian? Mine's already paid for. Are you talking about your Holly?
I went with Holly because the guy wiring my car said get Holly. So far, I can't back out.
Yeah. Well,
Well,
there's just as many people going fast with Holly as they are Fuel Tech and vice versa.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It really comes down to the wiring, to be honest, I think, anyway.
I'm just waiting on James. He's still got the old Quick Fuel 750 double pumper. I'm just waiting on him to go fuel injection.
Yeah, I'm still old school.
I got a buddy down the road that's still running a fast, easy EFI system on his Buick Grand National. And I'm like, man,
Yeah.
come on.
That was early 2000s.
But he's like us. He's with Holly. Like he's like, I know it, man. It's hard to switch. I'm like, you switch, you'll never look back for sure.
Yeah, that's true. It's hard to switch something,
And his car runs good too, so it's hard. It's you know how that goes. You can change something too quick, and then all of a sudden you chasing your tail again.
Yeah.
It'll take me about 1 weekend to have it all wired up.
You
Yeah,
hear that, Eric?
Have the car started up by next weekend.
You hear that, Eric? You hear that, right? Take him 1 weekend.
Waiting on my welder, it'll be done.
Waiting on his welder.
It's gonna take longer than a weekend. Then you waiting on a welder for sure.
Yeah.
It better be dry. Temperature better be right.
Damn.
I already know. I already know.
That's so good.
That was the worst job I ever had was a welder helper. My wife don't even complain that much.
Is that Eric? Is that true? Is all that true? Yeah.
1 week,
Butt connectors.
whatever works.
Oh shit! Yeah, 1 weekend, 3 dozen butt connectors, and all the same color wire.
Yeah, I got 300 foot of red wire.
Oh god! Oh.
Yeah. 16 gauge too. That's for the power wire and all.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
Just go to AutoZone, man. They got everything you need down there. You can buy that assortment little box, and it comes with the crimpers,
Yep.
everything, electrical tape.
Get your little key
Electrical
switch.
tape.
I got 300 foot of red wire, but it's only in about 8 foot sections. So I have to put it all together.
Well, you can probably wire up like a bunch of cars with that.
Yeah. Oh shit. Yeah, because one red wire, 116 gauge wire will feed about 9 different items, and you'll be fine.
Especially if it's 16 volt, system too.
Absolutely. Yep.
Yep.
That wire ain't got to work near as hard.
Mm-mm. Nope.
Look, Chris, you might catch this inside joke. So one time about 5 years ago, we were out electrical tape at the shop. So my wife was going to town, and I don't even remember where she was going or what she was doing. And I said, hey, swing by Harbor Freight and pick up electrical tape. They sell them in the rolls. So she goes to town and comes back, and she bought like 9 of these rolls of electrical tape. And I mean, you use electrical tape when you use it, but when you don't use it, you're not using electrical tape. So, but we still to this day have electrical tape left from when she went town and bought. When she come back and had the bag, she was like, I got some electric tape, man. I mean, it was just full. I'm like, woman, there's $85 worth of electrical tape in here. What are you doing?
That makes you start looking for shit to use electrical tape for.
Oh yeah, we made tape balls in the shop. Yeah, we thought, hey, we got it to waste. We might as well.
Make a full body suit out of it. Yeah.
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 Yeah. Oh, bless her heart. She can't help it.
We're going to have to send her on another run after we get done with my.
We're gonna have to what now?
Send her on another tape.
Yeah. No, it ain't going. No, we're not. We're not gonna do that. There ain't gonna be all this splicing and solder, and we're not doing all that. If we can't hook up something, whatever, wheel speed sensor, and run that wire all the way to the Dominator, then we're not doing it. I'm not splicing it and blah, blah, blah. I'm not doing all that.
I'm hoping everybody knows I'm being extremely sarcastic. Because, yeah, it'll be nice.
No. The people that know you think you're being really serious.
They haven't seen. No.
No, they know this mother scooter won't spend a nickel on nothing, so why would he spend it on wiring? James, am I right?
That's very true.
He's
Yeah, a lot of people on the internet anyway. You say anything, they're liable to believe it for sure.
Oh, yeah.
For sure. And it won't ever go away. It'll be on Facebook forever.
I can't say nothing though because my car quit in the middle of a cruise. Like caught my car on fire. We're yanking wires out from underneath the dash and everything else.
There's another.
That happens to everybody.
Yeah, I've been there and done that.
Took it straight home and stripped everything out of it and started all over.
Yeah. There's another funny story. My wife, she says she can help solder too. So one time I broke my thumb right in the middle of doing an 0411 ECU swap on my dually. So here I am with a broke thumb trying to hold, you can't. So I'm like, okay, Tracy, here's what I need you to do. Just, hold these wires. I'm going to solder. We didn't talk to each other for about 2 months after that ordeal. That was a bad deal too. What's up, Dustin Bates? What are you doing? He said, my shit caught fire. Wiring is what it is. I think we've all been there at one point or another. So what's up? Anybody else got any? You want to start some shit with anybody, or got anything to talk about, or? No, not really. Hell.
Trying to think. Got plenty of shit I could talk about. Trying to figure out.
So when are you going to show us the draggy on that truck?
Hell, I done did.
The real one. Huh?
I only made one pass in it. I thought I posted it a week or so ago, or 2 weeks, a week ago.
Oh,
Here, I'll show. Let's see if I can show it on this camera. I promise it was slow.
mm-hmm.
Right here. I'm not going to send it to but I'll do this. Is it going to focus?
Nope.
Wait, let me see if I can get closer. No, I ain't going to do it, is it?
No.
Mm-mm.
Well, I'll tell you what it says. 195 60 foot when a 705 at 107. That was it. That's all. That was.
That's all I was cooking out the back then.
That was the first pass. That's what it. A couple days after I got it, that's what it did. And I was happy. I was happy with that. Everybody else is like, seemed awful slow, and I'm like, shit. I thought it was on fire.
Yeti says on 4 pounds of boost.
It wasn't that much, Yeti. Landon ain't going to do nothing with that square body. You might as well give it up. That boy, he's on that cat-eye truck. That thing's parked in the back burner now.
Yeah, I'm out on the full size truck game. I had one of them, and man, it was hard to make it go fast. You have to have a lot of money to make a damn full size go fast. I think, in my opinion,
Yeah,
just because of weight and suspension and
they're about like owning a Chevelle. They're heavy as hell.
They're very heavy. Hey, speaking of that, did Tracy ever find a picture of Sykes?
Chris,
Here we go.
Find it.
yes, you sent it to me. She sent it to me. After that, there's like 9 people sent me the damn picture.
So see, I wasn't lying. Tracy's now Williams are lying. Tracy said,
No, it's right here.
you can't.
Look.
You got your background on. Oh, yeah. I've seen that one too, Chris.
It just takes too long to set all that up, and I wasn't prepared tonight. But yeah, it did a wheelie, a little wheelie. Let's see.
That's that picture. It was about 4 foot in the air, wasn't it?
Whoa. Whoa. James. Is that man math or man inches or what they call
I
that?
mean, it looked like it was up there. It was up there.
Oh boy.
Wheelies are cool, man. Cool for
Yeah.
pictures for sure.
As long as somebody else is doing them.
Just tear up shit.
Yeah. Eric Candy said it was Photoshop.
That's how much was. Now, wasn't Photoshop running?
It was really on jack stands.
You know, the bad thing is that's the last time that car's ever hooked.
Probably that good. I don't know what the hell happened.
When Chris bought the car, so the backstory is me and him went to Nebraska and picked that car up, and that old boy was a bracket racer, and it did have nitrous kit on it or whatever. And I don't know. I think he just kind of ran it for fun, more or less.
Yeah.
Chris drug his car home. I don't know, would you freshen the motor up or, you didn't really do anything to it, I don't think.
I turned it into a nitrous motor, just off fit the rings.
Yeah.
Yes. Not really a lot. A few things.
Yeah. So this thing had the front shocks were Lakewoods. They were so old, the sticker was gone and the shocks were pink. They were so, there was no shock left. They were just there for moral support.
Yes.
The ladder bars, one's like this and one's over here, like down, And I mean, this car was actually it was pretty rough. I mean, it wasn't, but it was. And Chris was hitting it with, well, that time it was like 700, wasn't it? Or 300 and
I was the wheelie was actually a 200 shot. 100%, 200. Hit the button, 200, and freaking do it on the bumper.
I think you're lying. It was
That's
more
right.
than that.
That's pretty good. Now I was later, right after that, I started
Throwing the
You know.
coals to it.
pressing it in, and
Yeah.
I don't know what happened.
But what I'm getting at is that old car worked better. I shouldn't say worked better, but that old car worked better back then when it was just that
The junk shocks and shit on it.
versus what you've done to it now, and you've struggled a lot. It's like, where did the car go?
I've spent a lot of money to not go faster.
Yeah. Yeah.
Kind of stayed right about the same spot, so to say.
And that's got to be the biggest problem with them cars is getting to that point whenever you can't go back to what it was doing.
Yeah, getting over that cap is, or I mean, I've spent back in my bracket racing days, we've spent good money, bought different heads and blah 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 over the winter and get ready to go race the next year, and the car slow down 3/10.
I'm pretty
know.
sure he's drinking. Eric Candy's gone. Well, he's got some whiskey or some shit.
What do you say? Chris's car stays hooked to the winch in the trailer. Damn. Friends like that, who needs enemies?
Ain't no shit. He knows I can't mouth him or nothing because he's my welder.
Yeah. Yeah, you was telling me today, I was asking how it come. You was like, all these welds look like they're welded with a sparkler, Mike, but I don't want to tell Eric because I'm afraid he'll stop.
No, my good argument with him is get some welding. I'm like, damn, did Mike weld that? Boy, he hates that.
Oh, boy, throw me under the bus. Yes, Robert, I do have a drive shaft suggestion. Wiles Drive Shaft, Paris, Tennessee.
He does good work.
Yeah, he does. Yeah, he will hook you up. I don't want to say best in the business. He's just ones I've always used and did a real good job.
Price too.
Yeah, price is good. Welded with a Roman candle. Well, he's got
That's
me beat.
impressive.
That is very impressive. Well, that's how he gets his pulse out of it. See, pow.
And the color and the different
That's
colors.
right. That's right. Yep. That's how he gets all that.
Mike, I sent you a picture of my header, my ET pump. You ought to put him up there.
Chris, I'm telling you, I haven't got this down pat yet to go from iPhone to this. I'm slacking. I'm sorry. Let
How
me
you
see.
gonna cars if you can't even make this?
What'd you say?
How you gonna tune these cars if you can't even make this camera work?
Because tuning a car don't go off my phone.
Give a few years, it might.
But actually, they do have that out now.
Yeah.
Where you can tune, it's already out where you can tune your car off your phone.
Yeah.
They got a pregnancy test for your phone too. You just pee on the phone and it tells you if you're pregnant or not.
Shut up.
Nah, I'm bullshitting. I wouldn't doubt it.
Mike is so serious, and he's like, "What?"
He's like, I'm about to go piss on my phone.
I'll go pee on my Apple Watch.
Hell yeah. But the way the damn world's going, I wouldn't doubt it if it come out and people started pissing on their phones. I swear.
You guys got to excuse me for 1 minute. Y'all go ahead and carry on. I'll be right back.
Were you looking for a picture?
You
You
done lost.
going to the bathroom?
Yeah, I don't know what.
He was out of Meliella.
I probably
It was.
get something to drink.
I'm close. I've got Mountain Dew. Well, diet. It's unleaded. That's what I got.
There ain't no octane in that one.
I could probably.
I could probably build a faster car if I just stopped drinking as much Mountain Dew.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous. They need to put that shit in the IV for me.
I can't drink that shit. I'm diabetic. I got to drink the no sugar sweet tea.
Lord have mercy. I couldn't do it. They just had
Yeah,
to take me
I
out.
didn't either, but you have to.
You didn't have a choice.
Yeah.
It's choice. You make things work.
So what kind of car you got that you're talking about you putting the intake on and all?
Oh, I've got a 76 Camaro.
Okay.
Yeah, well, Chris helped me. You know, we did some switching over. It was a small block car, and now we got an LS53 in it. Just 40 over. It's got new bearings and rings and all that good stuff. BTR cam and trunnion upgrade. Michigan Motorsports rockers, and we stuck a new Holly on it, and we're gonna shoot 200 at it too.
I got you. I ain't never messed with nitrous or my Malibu I had when I got it. It had a small block and it had a 408, traditional small block Chevrolet, and that was the first small block I ever had. And it was a little bit different. Wasn't a lot different, but I wasn't comfortable with it because all I've ever. I mean, hell, I'm only 30, so the most I've ever messed with was LS. It's what
We
I started.
stuck a BTE turbo 400 reverse valve body behind it with a 3700 stall. We put Mosier axles. It's got cow tracks and all that stuff on it.
Nice.
So yeah,
I'm back.
Yeah, that was a quick poop.
Man, I had to pee so bad I couldn't hold it no longer.
hey, she said you was running through the house.
Yeah, I see that now. Well, one of our kids is in the downstairs bathroom, so I had to run upstairs real quick to use the damn bathroom. Well, I got something. I'll go.
Moving
Right
fast.
there.
Hey, Tracy's going on you.
Moving faster than the car ever did. She obviously don't know what it's like to sleep on the couch, and she's fixing to find out.
Yeah.
Keep it up, woman. How y'all feel about traction control in the true street, things like that, the slower cars?
No.
I don't think. I hate to say anything about that because I'm not in the class. I don't feel like people that don't run in a certain class should have anything to say about it. Like I don't want somebody in True Street coming up there bitching about the small tire rules. Like you don't even run small tire. Shut up. I feel the same way. I don't want to get into that. But the people that run the class, I feel like they should be the ones making the rule for that class.
I don't think I've ever been fast enough to have an opinion.
Hey, Tyler, what do you think about that? I mean, if you was in a class like that, say you came up here with us, would you want somebody to have traction control, or would you think that's too much of an advantage?
I guess if I had it and they had it, then we could both run it. But if I don't have it, nah. No, man, I don't know, because sometimes I want to, I want to say
Mitch.
traction control probably slows you down. I would say probably 3/10. If you're for best pass versus best pass, I would say, traction control could possibly slow you down. So I don't know. It could be a crutch.
This man right here, Mitch Lidecker, explains it the best out of anybody. Traction control does not make your pass any better. It just saves the passer. I can't remember exactly how you used to explain it to me now that I think about it, but The deal with the traction control is there's been a lot of, since I've had one race, one little pissy ass race where we tried to have some fun. And Randy was there and he had traction control. I'm not going to lie. Then after the race, I had a lot of messages about traction control. My outlook on it is I'm allowing everything from a 1920 model car to a 2024 model car. And anything, all these new vehicles, they have it.
Yep.
How am I going to meter throughout this race and tell them they can't run it other than hear it when they make a pass, and then trying to prove that they ran and used traction control? How do I stop it?
You can't.
So
but
I mean, you know, I've thought about this a lot. Like, how do you cap it? Okay, you can't have anything. 1990. Well, I don't even know, 1991 and newer. I mean, I don't even know when traction control really become a thing. Yeah, like Mitch said, it saves a bad run. It don't necessarily make you faster. It saves a bad run.
Yeah. I feel like that in certain situations, whenever traction control could correct itself and take over, you could probably drive through it and go faster. You know?
Yeah, I see what you're saying. Yes, in a shit surface situation, you're right. Traction control could probably take over, and you're right.
Which that's all I can speak on anyway. If it's prepped like flypaper prepped, I probably ain't gonna go to it anyway, just because my car ain't set up for it anyway. So.
Well, another thing, the Holley Terminator X, when they come out with that, it was the budget-friendly EFI, and when Matt Happel on Sloppy Mechanics come out with it, like, you know, started showcasing that, every swinging dick in the country on Sloppy Mechanics went with the Holley Terminator X. Well, here they are a couple years later with version V3, and traction control is already populated in there for you. The only thing you have to do is add two sensors, two $79 low dollar motorsport sensors, and you got traction control. So how do I meter it? You know, how do you no traction control, but then how do you meter it?
You can't meter it. I mean, it's just the way it's got to be. I mean, we're just got to be faster. You know, I would have ran Randy. I would have ran Randy that day. You know what I'm saying? Even though I'd have known I'd have got my butt kicked, but it is what it is.
Yeah.
I feel like you could put traction control in the same thing as like that self-learn, closed loop, closed learn thing. If you rely on either one of them too much, it'll put you in a bigger, bigger issue than what you want.
Yeah. Yeah.
So if you rely on traction control for every pass, I mean,
using it as a crutch, you're not getting, for one, you're not getting any better yourself, and for two, you're not going any faster. I mean,
yep. Which there's a lot of cars out there that sound like they have traction control just because they're killing it with timing so much, and the tables and all that. Hell, when they come back there, people are yelling at them like, "Oh, you're using traction control. That's pussy shit." Blah blah blah. And they really don't even have it. That's just, like I'm friends with Bobby Ducote. And man, he'll be racing at the pad or something, and man, it'll sound like it's just bouncing off the traction control the whole pass, but he don't have it. He's got a damn MSD grid in it. He ain't got traction control in that car.
Yeah.
But man, they'll swear up and down he does.
Let's don't get started on the all-wheel drive thing. That was the worst mistake I ever made. Was allowing all-wheel drives to run in my deal. Jesus.
I'm waiting on somebody to build a damn tube chassis all-wheel drive, purpose-built small tire car, and I hadn't seen nobody do it yet. But man, I'm waiting on it.
So Mike, I'm not going to lie. I've been dabbling with it, getting ready for Slick's little Chevy Love. Hopefully we start on it here before long. And I was telling him last night that I wish I would have bought a 4L80 I would have bought a Terminator X Max. For one, not for the transmission control, but for one reason is it already has a VSS speed sensor populated into it, and you don't burn an input or an output for the most part. It gives you one. And you could use it as your output shaft speed. They said no drive shaft sensors. Yeah. So the 4L80, like you say, and even if they said no drive shaft sensors, I mean, it's got a 4L80 in it. It has to have that. And I mean, that doubles up as a drive shaft sensor any way you cut it. I mean, and again, how are you going to find that? I mean, what are you going to, I got to see your laptop. I got to see your pin mat. I got to see what you got in there. I mean, you know.
Once you start cutting, getting too detailed with certain classes, it's just going to drive everybody off. And then there's always going to be that gray area.
Yeah.
The gray areas where a lot of people live. That is ridiculous.
Yeah. Yeah, it is.
That's
Robert
like
Hickman.
there's a class that they run on the street as daily driver, but you have to have full interior, but a seat delete is okay.
Yeah.
Which is I don't understand that. But then you can't have a fuel cell. But
Right. But you can have your seat delete. Yeah. Don't. And that's why I don't call my little class out here. I don't call it True Street or Daily Drive. I call it a no trailer race.
mm-hmm.
And then I have rules, which I posted on my YouTube channel in my community, and also have posted on my personal Facebook page. I have it pinned to the top, but I didn't give it a class name because I'm old school enough that I believe that, you know, a 68 Chevelle is just as equal as a 2023 Corvette. Actually, my own personal opinion is I don't know any of this newer stuff. And in our first race we tried to have, Jesus, we had a hard time on the tire. 28-10-5. That's what it's always been forever. Well, these guys run these 17s and 19s and things like that. I didn't even know that there wasn't even any options for 28s. There are, but you don't get you're getting a radial.
Yeah, you're not getting a CO7 or
Yeah, I didn't know none of that crap. I've never run anything other than 15-inch rims. So we had a debacle over that. My God, I about got my head taken off. So I had to kind of open up a little bit, and finally I was just like, I ain't got a tire, no tire size limit. As long as it's a radial or has radial in the name, I don't give a damn. If you put a 315 on there, have at it.
Yeah. I've heard a lot of people say that they think any daily driver race ought to be on radio,
Yeah.
And,
Look,
I mean,
so there's a story. I got a story that goes along with this. Yeti's got his seats, gas tank, and everything, but he's got a roll cage. So they kicked him out.
Yep, I'm saying
I was going to a race one time down at Newport. This has been some years ago when I had my last little S10 that I fit the rules to a T and even got invited to the race. And I'm like, hell yeah, we'll be there. A couple days later, my invite got pulled and they were like, no, you can't come because you don't have air conditioner. I'm like, that's not even in the rules. Well, some guys got together and they think these style of cars ought to have air conditioner. I'm like, well, that's okay. Mine didn't come factory with air conditioner. Nope, you got to have it. You either got to add AC to it or, what? I'm like, are you serious? You tell me I can come and then tell me I can't because I don't have AC, and that wasn't even in your rules to begin with. So I've been there and done that, man. They kicked me out for dumb shit like that.
And I mean, so I got an argument with somebody about the roll cage deal one time because I was like, I would never tell somebody no, don't have a roll cage for safety. And then his point was that if you're going down the road and you flip the car, you're gonna hit your head on the roll cage. Like, well, hell, you're gonna do that at the track.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't see a problem with it. I mean, yeah, it can stiffen your frame up and stiffen your suspension up and give you somewhat of advantage, but hell, it's added weight just as much as it is everything else.
Yeah, I'm big on safety though. Roll cage. I mean, if you got a roll cage, great. I mean, and even to the another extreme, I'm okay with parachutes. Probably I'd be a little more biased on that only because I have had brake issues that caused me to run through the end of the track. A parachute don't make it no faster. It don't make it no slower. It just helps it stop. Yeah, I mean, that's race car shit. Well, call it what you want. But in the case that my brakes go out I have a parachute for a secondary, So I'm not kicking you out if you have two of them. You have 4 parachutes on the back. I don't give a shit. Pull all 4 of them every time. I don't care. It is no way, shape, form, or fashion speeding that car up to have parachutes on it. So why should I say no parachutes?
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's like if you're going to say no roll cage, you might as well say no fire suppression system. You might as well say no engine diaper. You might as well say
no helmet.
No helmet.
Yeah.
I mean, 'cause you ain't gonna go to. I'm not gonna drive 15 minutes from here wearing a helmet the whole time. But I mean,
yeah.
these new
Well-
2020 something model cars, they're not. And these new 5th gens or 6th gen Camaros and stuff, there ain't nothing to them. You wreck them, I mean, they're done.
Yeah. Well, we got a buddy, Chris and I do, George, with the red G8. I mean, his car is fast. It's 7,000 pounds or something. It's very heavy, and he does drive it everywhere. And I think it runs in the 580s, don't it, Chris, or 570s? I mean, it's quick for what it is. It's heavy and it runs good, and it don't have a roll cage. And when George used to kind of put together a few little races, if you had a roll cage, I mean, that's not a street car. Like, we didn't see eye to eye on that. Just because you don't have a roll cage and you're the guy running 123, 24 mile an hour without a roll cage doesn't mean I'm gonna be the idiot doing it too. You know,
Yeah.
we butted heads on that so much. Like, if that means if you put a roll cage in a car and that makes it not a street car, then I guess we just have different opinions because it's all about safety. You know.
Yeah, I mean, technically, I don't have enough cage for what my car has been. You know, I mean,
Yeah.
all I got is, I think it's just the roll bar that goes behind the seat, and then the 2 bars that tie into the back. That's all. I mean, and it's not enough. But if you're not looking for the cage, you wouldn't see it in there.
Right. Yeah.
You know, but I technically I want to add more to it, which I'm not worried about classes anyway, because like I said, I've got a power glide and a fuel cell, so they don't like me anyway. But I feel like if you're like that class I was talking about, if they say full interior daily driver, it needs to have all the seats in it.
Yeah.
I mean, it needs to be a daily. I mean, you're not going to drive it daily without a second seat in it. I mean, come on.
Right. And so on that same token, I'm with you on the daily driver. Daily driver ought to be full out interior, you know, all that stuff.
Mm.
Then you go up to, which there's several different names for this, but True Street or Extreme Street, or, you know, you get into, that's where you're allowed to, okay, rear seat deletes are okay for your roll cage, or, you know, you can kind of manipulating a few things, but daily driver should be, it should be that.
Didn't Mike Stuckey have a baby seat in the back of his with a baby in it?
So I had the picture. Yes. So I had the picture when we went on the cruise. Yeah. Him and his wife in the front, car seat in the back, in their Mustang. Went on the cruise. No big deal. You know, like, yeah, it's got a roll cage, but I mean, it also fits a car seat, and they're out riding their kid around. You know, like that's, you know,
That's pretty treat.
yeah. No, Yeti, Brian. I'm going to agree with you. I am 100% going to agree with you on that. Extreme street cars are just slower, small tire cars. I 100% agree. I see a lot of people coming out of small tire this year down into a extreme street or true street class because their cars. Chris, what's the guys down at Dyersburg? Tim Harden.
Yep.
Tim's car runs good. I mean, it runs really good. And Tim he can drive that car, but he's racing in small tire where he's outgunned. And I mean, you know, he'll tell you the same thing. He's outgunned. He can drop right down into a true street or extreme street class and you know, and be right at home. I hope he agrees with me. I hope he don't think I'm talking bad about him if he ever sees this, but yeah.
You got the other side of that too, though, where people, if they don't think they're going to make any money in small tire, they're going to drop down to True Street because their chances of getting to that winner's circle and getting that endorphins from, you know, making a post on Facebook saying, "Oh, look, I won." That, you know, that's the hard part is.
So this is another good question. If it came factory with a lockup, is it still able to run in this? My whole deal on that is if it came factory with a lockup converter, why would you? You know.
Good. Yeah, I'd say you're in.
Yeah, I would exactly. If it came factory with that, then use it. On the same turn of events, if I added a lockup in my truck, I would break the crankshaft because I don't have enough power to need a lockup converter. So I mean, that's another touchy subject. But I mean, yeah, if it came factory with a lockup converter, then I mean it's legal. It is what it is. What's Brent? What the hell? Hell, they made me run my full-size crew cab with a Nitto 420 in a class with Chris Northern and other 1,000 horsepower Mustangs. I held my own, but should have never had to run in that class. Robert, I think your deal is, I think the all-wheel drive is, and that's controversial everywhere you go.
Oh, yeah.
All-wheel drive.
Yep.
Jesus, that can be argued as much as, you know, what's a street car and what isn't. So
That's like the whole thing they had for a while where, you know, all-wheel drives had to run with big tire.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I can see it being an advantage, but I've also seen it, you know, if all-wheel drives enter 10 races, they ain't going to win the majority of them, you know.
right, there's some all-wheel drives winning races out there, but if you get on Facebook and you follow all, I mean, I'm going to say all the big names. If you 660 Street, you watch Limpy, how many times do you see all-wheel drive just dominating? You don't. I mean,
maybe in the first and second round, but
Yeah.
once the road gets figured out and gets some, you know, rubber down, I mean, that's.
yeah,
I don't know why that's any different. I've never dabbled into the all-wheel drive stuff to see where you start losing the advantage. But I mean, definitely when shit later, you know, by fifth or sixth round, they're getting gapped. It just
yeah. Hell, I can't afford one axle, let alone two. Shit.
yeah. Yeah, that's expensive enough to do it with rear wheel drive.
Yeah.
Well, them F-150s are just ridiculous, though. I mean,
Yeah, they
they
are.
really are. It's hard not to want one.
That's the thing, you know. And I've said this for every time I've ever did something different. If I was a smart man, I'd have did this, or if I was a smart man, I'd have did that. If I was a smart man, I'd have bought an all-wheel drive Coyote pickup.
Well, see, the problem is like you can get on Facebook, man. I'm on Marketplace more than I am Awake, I think. But you can get on there, man. You can find an F-150 semi-built, you know, 50, 60 grand. But then at the same time, you're like, damn, I can buy a pretty fast rear-wheel drive car for, you know, 45, 50.
Here, you're right, Mitch. You're right. And I was thinking that, but I didn't know if anybody would agree with me, because it seems like every time an all-wheel drive car runs, or trucks, that's exactly what happens. Is it either goes A to B, you know, fast, or it comes up and the front, you know, it just spins the tires, or what do you call this, where you just always see something going on to where it just doesn't go straight. Inconsistent would be a good way to put it.
Yeah, well, that's like down there at the pad. There was I think there was only one all-wheel drive car down there in the small tire. It was like an Eagle Talon, you know, one of them DSI deals.
Yeah.
And first round, I mean, he put Chicken Hawk out, which Chicken Hawk he had some issues, I think. But
Yeah.
second round he come in and man, he smoked the front tires by about the 80-foot, 90-foot mark and went in the other lane. So I mean, it's very inconsistent.
Yeah.
I could see if you could get it figured out. That's why I was saying about if you got a tube chassis, you know, all-wheel drive, purpose-built car, and really took the time to figure it out, you could probably hurt a lot of feelings. But I ain't seen nobody want to try it yet.
Yeah, just don't use 3/4 ton Chevrolet front end parts.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Ideally, it'd be a F-150 with an LS in it for me.
Yeah.
You know how many people you piss off with that?
Yeah, the F-150s are tough. There was one at our race out there, our no trailer race. Something happened to him second round. Again, the inconsistent deal, but something happened second round, I think, or might have been third round. I don't remember, but something didn't go quite his way. It didn't build no boost on the line, or didn't get on the brake, or I don't remember exactly what happened. But I mean, I thought for sure he was going to be tough, and he was until he wasn't. You know.
Yeah, Eric, that truck Prime, man, that was probably the fastest. That was the most consistent all-wheel drive vehicle I think I've ever seen.
Yeah.
I miss seeing that truck around.
Yeah. I don't guess anybody ever bought that or anybody did anything with it. I don't guess after he passed.
No, I hadn't seen nothing about it, but yeah, he used to tear it up in that for sure.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh crap. Barry. Yeah, Barry had a little all-wheel drive Blazer one time that it was a headache. Yeah, they didn't even have no power. Just think if you'd have had some power, Barry.
He said a little power.
Oh, yeah, I see that now. Yeah, I hadn't either, Eric. I almost kind of forgot about that thing, to be honest with you. Yeah. Well, we got anything else to talk about? Anything else you want to chit chat about? Been going for an hour and 10 minutes. That's about a record, I think.
Yeah, plenty.
Well, that's one thing about me. I can talk. I swear I can. There's plenty. Anything y'all want to talk about, I got a damn comment for it, whether it's good or bad. Some people may argue that's a bad thing, but hell, it is what it is.
427 to the wheels with 150. Which wheels, though, front or back? Yeah, look, Eric's famous and more power than you make.
I think that's a problem with the all-wheel drive is getting heat on the tires.
Yeah.
At the when you do most burnouts I see, they do it in two-wheel drive or they do a quick four-wheel drive one. So I feel like heating the tires, getting them both ready is the problem with the consistency.
Yeah, because even at my race I wouldn't let the all-wheel drive cars pull through the prep line. I made them go around and back up into it, So I don't know if that hurt them or not, but I didn't want that shit strung. I didn't want them to have an advantage of stringing the prep all the way out. I didn't want that. So you drive around it, you can back into it,
Yeah.
And I don't know if that was the right car or not. I just kind of seen other places doing that. And I thought, well,
that's the thing is most of the, if you put on an event, you're probably going to see a lot of stuff that you hadn't encountered before. Now you got to come up with something on the spot with how to get around it. And
yeah,
that's where I've said it before. And it's never going to happen for sure. But I wish every promoter would get on board and there'd be a dead set of rules for every class for, across the board, which that's never going to happen because people can't agree. But
right. Yeah. So speaking on that's why I don't want to be a promoter. I don't want to, but
you're going to be the bad guy. You're going to be the good guy. But
I had to be the bad guy and the good guy. And I had to make the decision. I kind of listened to everybody bitch and gripe. Some did, some didn't, back and forth. And I thought, you know what? This is my race. I mean, I'm the one hosting this, trying to do this for everybody. I'm trying to take into consideration
spare time too.
Yeah, I'm trying to take into consideration what everybody wants, and I can't do it. I mean, you cannot cater to everybody. So I made a set of rules. I said, that's it. I don't give a damn if you don't fit them. I had to have that mentality, and here they are. If you don't fit the rules, I'm sorry, you can't come to my race.
That's like being a race master. I mean, I don't know if y'all was paying attention to the street race last night with Limpy and all that, and Justin, I can't remember his name, Callie Nate. They were racing and the light flickered, and Justin left, and the light flickered the second time. Then he left. I mean, that's being the race master. Now you got to call that.
Yeah,
you're not going to make everybody happy for sure.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. And I mean, in that situation, I watched that. I mean, to me, that's a rerun. A malfunction on our end of the deal as being the guy trying to host the race, a malfunction. I'm sorry, it's a rerun. I mean,
I can see it both ways because like the light come on the first time.
Yeah.
If they could have figured out some way to say that Callie Nate couldn't have seen that light come on the first time, but whenever unbiasedly, I'm like, well, maybe Justin was just more ready for period.
Yeah. No, you're right. You're exactly right because the light was. I mean, he was holding it up, and you can clearly see it in the video. I mean, you see it flicker.
In the one video I seen, I can't say for every everything, but the only video I saw, you could see it.
Yeah, you seen the light flicker, and he took off, and then the light come on. I mean, so no, you're right. You're right. You can look at it a couple different ways.
Yeah, and I saw somebody say, well, every pass before that, the guy come up and he held the light way up here before he cut it on. Well, if you're if you're doing street racing with a flashlight, you might not want to do it the same way every single time. You may want to take 3 steps back and keep everybody from guessing. I guess what you could say. But
Yeah.
Which
I've
that's a whole nother damn topic when you start talking about guessing.
Yeah. And I've been in that situation too with a light malfunction. When we raced down at Memphis, and this is back when my little truck took 8.5 days to spool up. And I was looking down at my screen on a trans brake, waiting for Boost to bump in, and he turned the light on. And the guy was half track. I mean, way out there. And I was just like, hell with it. I'm going to make a test pass because I've obviously lost. I don't know what I did, but I didn't see the light. So I'm going to make a test pass. And then it turned into everybody wanting to fight each other because I'm like, whoa, hold it. I'll take the loss. I'll take the loss. I was just making a test pass. We're going to race again. So, I've been in that situation, but I also may be a little more forgiving than some, because I don't want no drama. I knew I could
I
whoop his
want to be
ass.
a race master. I don't want to be the one to have to make the call.
Yeah. Yeah. That was the 5-state race.
Yeah, we won.
Yeah, we kicked ass, and I didn't even really have to race.
Speaking of all this, when is the next race?
Well, in March, it's going to be in March. I'm assuming February is going to be the weather's going to be just like it is right now, So in March, I just ain't got a date yet. I ain't got with Possum. I don't know when he's going to open the track or, allow us to do it again. So, but it'll be in March sometime. Hell, today's the 15th, 14th. So January's halfway over, Plus, it gives you time to get your car together.
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, he needs a weekend. That's what he's saying.
Well, yeah, you're right. It got me there. All he needs a
I
weekend.
don't every race anyway. What does that matter?
Look, hell, he's on the video right now building his harness with that damn 16 gauge. Wow.
Yeah.
Like he's crocheting. That's what he's doing. Raise your hands. Let's see your hands, Chris.
Yeah.
He put the weatherhead down right before he did that.
Yeah. Well, I think, for just James, you're going to do a road cage here before long, ain't you?
Yeah, I am.
Hell, there's things I want to do to mine. And so, I figure in March.
I want to get the seats. Yeah.
Yeah. So there's, I think I talked to Justin Lemon. He's still doing some stuff to his and winter upgrades, Chris. Some of us got to do winter upgrades.
But down here in Mississippi, we don't really have a winter, I guess, to the extent of where you can't race.
Yeah.
Next weekend it's going to be, 45 is going to be the coldest it is during the day. Hell, that's still. And the further south you go, if you want to go street race down in, Louisiana, it's going to be in the 50s this weekend.
Yeah. So. Yeah. Let's see what.
Robert said. Further south.
What'd you say, Chris?
I can't afford to live any further south. I can't race all year because I can't afford it.
Yeah, Chris said he needs to actually live a little further north so he can cut some racing out of it.
Hell, that's what I was about to say. I need it my damn self.
Yeah.
I blew my dang car up on Halloween.
You better hurry up, Brian. No, like I said, I planned on talking to Possum. I've been so busy, and Slick had been sick a day, and we just had so much going on. But I need to get with him and see what the calendar looks like and when, I can set a date so everybody can kind of be prepared. I haven't yet. I haven't had time to even. Well, I hadn't even time to shoot him a text. Really, that's all it takes. But I just been busy. Been busy, swapping and buying and selling and trading and shit.
Making money.
Well, I ain't saying I'm making no money, but I'm making a damn living.
Yeah. Put it in that truck.
Do what?
Put it all in that truck.
Yeah. I'm having to fix Jamie's screw ups on this truck. My God, I didn't know it was so rough. I'd have never bought it.
All my money goes into my car for sure. I'm still wearing the same drawers I had on last week.
Yeah. Yeah. Me too.
That's you.
Me too. Are these people had to send me a free shirt?
Who? That's because you bought $13,000 worth of parts from him. Yeah, you better got a fucking hat too.
And a swimming pool in the back of your house.
Yeah. Yeah, we can't all be like James. The only thing he got to do this winter is put headlights in his car.
Yeah.
I wish I'd have went turbo. I wish I went turbo, but I didn't.
That ain't too late. Shit, Barry. I ain't heard from him. I don't know if he wants to fix it or what. And that's earning money, but that ain't how I want to earn it. That's hard work. Tyler, what did he say here?
Twin Cities, Monroe, then Battlefield. Yeah, man, they closed Battlefield down all the way. We did a lot of racing there, but I don't guess I'm gonna say everything I want to say about the Battlefield situation, but it's sad because that was a good place to go. There's a lot of action going on there.
Summer. That's where we went to and stayed down there at Battlefield.
Me and you went down.
Yep. Yeah, they shut that track down.
Yeah, I got videos of that track. Yeah.
Now the shutdown was a little dicey, but the track, I mean, every time I went, it ran good. I'm real good buddies with Dylan Crawford, and he had a lot to do with a lot of it here this past, I guess, half a year, something like that. And
On the
they were doing real good, but they had some personal stuff come up with the other guy, and just
you don't think it'll resell, or I mean, what do you no?
I don't think he's. This is how I took it the other day because I messaged them. I was looking for somewhere to test, and I saw somebody down at No Problem Raceway. They were doing this thing, and they had all their buddies, and they were all going to pitch in and go in and rent the track. So I was like, well, hell, I'll message some people and see if I can get Battlefield for that and do the same thing. Well, I messaged this lady, and she was like, "Yeah, he ain't wanting to do that. He ain't gonna want to do that. He only did it for me one time." And I was like, "Damn, it don't sound like he wants any money." And she's like, "Well, he don't need it." And so I'm assuming that he's just gonna do what he wants to do with it. Because I even asked her, I said, "Was he wanting to lease it? Is he wanting to sell it?" And she said he ain't want to do nothing. He just shut it down. So.
He's got that kind of money. He can just let it sit. I mean,
I guess, and that's the saddest part. That's why I don't like going by somebody's house and seeing a decently potential vehicle sitting out there, and they're like, "Oh, I'm gonna do something with it," and then 15 years later, it's still there.
Yeah, still sitting there.
Yeah, so I don't know. I would try to sell it if I was him. I just didn't want to do it.
That's a pretty good little hike down there.
Yeah, I mean, it's still, even where I'm from, it's still 2 hours. Hour and 45 minutes for me.
What did it take us to get down there, Chris? It took me I was 8 hours.
Who was driving?
Well, he drove my truck down, but I drove us home. But
yeah. That's your favorite track in Aberdeen. You like going to Aberdeen or what? No, Battlefield's where you wanted to go.
Me?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Battlefield. I just like the damn name of it. I want to go there.
Yeah.
They shut it down.
Yeah.
Just my luck.
Yeah, about every track we got down here is when you're going to it and you ain't never been to it, you're like, there's no damn way there's a track back here.
Yeah.
No way.
That's the way it was when we went there.
The one that's closest to me is Finish Line drag strip, and it actually used to be an airport a long time ago. Now I don't know the whole story, but supposedly a big guy that was into drugs and stuff like that and owned it at one point. He went to jail. They auctioned it off, is what I heard. I don't know how much truth there is to that, but now it's a track, and they just redid the whole 8th mile, put new concrete down and everything. They've been closed for probably 6 months. I ain't opening it again until March, but it ought to be fun. It's going to be virgin concrete.
So that's one thing I'm ready for this year. US 60. We was over there at the Hardsburg, the last race they was having for the 530 index deal, and the owner was telling us, we're fixing to tear it all up, and blah blah blah. And Happy posted the butt naked race, virgin concrete. I got in on that because I like that. I like the virgin road racing more than anything. I really like that. So I got in on that on the True Street class. I'm going to head over there to do that. I do like the back of the track racing. I mean, I like to street race, but I just, there ain't a whole lot of that I mean, well, there's more of it going on than what you would think, but we had quite a bit of that going on in our area at one time, and it's kind of faded out, and it petered out. So
I'll say this: there's street racing, but I'd like to do more organized street racing, like that's actually got some thought put behind it than everybody and their mama just showing up to this road and standing around talking for a while and then let's figure it out,
Yeah.
Like BJ, man, they do the best job they can with everything they do down there with Pad Wars. And I mean, I think they had 87 cars in small tire.
They had a lot.
Man,
Yeah.
I mean, that's a lot of people to deal with in a parking lot trying to organize and do all that. But there's also street racing around here where you just show up and y'all it's kind of like a car meet, and then a couple of people will just go.
Yeah. Well, Dylan Cato, he went down there and he texted me. He's like, man, he said, this is wild. He's like, it's a
different world down
there. He
there.
was like, there is just people everywhere. He's like, this is wild. He sent me a video. Do what?
I didn't make it to this one. I've been to the last two.
Yeah.
But it don't matter what time you go, when you go, it's a different world.
Yeah. He was pulling up at the spot down there, the meat spot, and he had just took a video, and the music that somebody's sitting there with the radio on or whatever, the music was so loud. He texted me with that video. He's like, that's not even my radio. It was just so loud. There's like, and people, I mean, it's like piss ants everywhere,
Yep. Oh, I mean, it's ridiculous. I mean, if you ever go, you'll be like, yeah, I've never been to anything like it. Like the last one I went to was Midsummer. That's the one I was with Bobby helping him or helping at him. He kind of got his shit figured out. He don't really need my help, but I'm there anyway. And
moral support.
Yeah, moral support, which I did fix the generator for. So
yeah,
spark plug boot wasn't on, so I had my handy dandy little wrench. But we went down there, man, and it was hot. There was an ice cream truck parked right across the road from us, right by the damn starting line. I mean, it's put somebody grilling right there beside the starting line. You go get you a damn burger, a Boone's burger.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, I mean, it's different.
Yeah. No, I'm ready for some of that. I don't know that I'll ever make it to the pad. I ain't got nothing that fast for damn sure, but I would like to go down there just for the experience one time to watch and hang out.
Yep. Yeah, it's right under 2 hours for me. I'm kind of right in the center of everything. I mean, if it's 2 hours for me any direction to go do anything, except for finish line, the one I was talking about. It's about 25, 30 minutes from me. So
well, see,
I'm gonna give Daily Driver hell whenever I go over there because I'm gonna drive my car there and be like, man, y'all trailers, y'all shit. And I at least drove mine.
Right. That's about the way it is for us, for the most part, me and Chris anyways. I mean, about 2.5 hours, you can be at, what, Chris, 5 different racetracks? I mean,
yeah, 5 or 6, maybe 7.
Yeah. Yeah, a little different for James. He lives north of us in up St. Louis area, but, he's got to drive down here to go with us. So, but yeah, there's 5 or 6 or 7 racetracks right here that, local that we can go to in just a couple hours.
Yep.
It makes it hard to travel a long ways.
Yeah.
Go 2 hours to.
Yeah.
Every weekend there's one of the tracks doing something, so it's hard to drive 7 or 8 hours.
Yeah.
When you
I got a buddy right down the road, and he'll he'll want to go to Atmore, Alabama, which is about 5.5, 6 hours, I guess, depending on traffic. He'll want to go over there just go test.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I can't do that.
Nope.
Like, Lord have mercy, I'll go test out here on the highway.
Yeah. No, Eric.
But he likes the prep stuff, so.
Yeah. No, I don't mind the index prep stuff. I had a lot of fun doing it. What I like about it is the slower pace. Usually in small tire, I never did have time to eat, or unless Tracy went and got me something, I tried to eat some of it real quick in between rounds or whatever. you know, it's to say it's a little faster pace. It was hard when it was just her and I as our team and having to do everything ourselves. But when we went index race, it's just a slower pace. We had time to go to we was over at Beacon. We got to go up to the cafe. I got to eat, got to watch a little bit of the races going on, you know, I had a good time doing that. So
I've never touched with any index racing before.
It's different. I mean, it's a change, you know. It's a lot of people consider it bracket racing. I mean, I guess it is, but it's index racing. So, you know, but it's different than just straight up heads up racing. Hell, the hardest part is figuring out what tune-up will go X amount of speed, you know, without breaking out. I mean, that's the hard part.
This is the thing I asked somebody one time, and they didn't have a good answer. What do you think that bracket racing is more of the actual racer sport, or because I just feel like a lot of people may not want to go watch bracket racing. Like, I don't think you're going to get people in the stands to watch it, maybe, versus it's more just for the driver, like, you know.
Yeah, just our home track out here, which is, I mean, it ain't but 6-8 miles away from me, hell, 5 miles maybe. They'll have, I mean, you can have several bracket cars on the property, and there might be 4 people in the stands. I don't think your local bracket race is a spectator sport. You know, when I say newbies, I mean, you know, some kids old enough, got their driver's license, like, hell, we want to go to the drag strip, and they see it and they kind of get a bug for, let's go race, you know. But I don't think it's a spectator sport. Now, like the $1 million race, things like that. I mean, I think they get a pretty packed house, but hell, it's $1 million on the line, and you've got 5,000 bracket cars there.
Yeah.
Plus, I mean, I feel like that gets boring. Maybe.
I guess that's maybe why I've never really just been intrigued by it. I'm not saying I'm not going to knock it, you know, because I'll try anything once, you know. But
yeah,
just watching it, you know, I've seen it before at some tracks, and it'd be like just a '94 Z71,
yeah,
racing a big tire car,
yeah,
and they'll just leave different times, and the truck will win, and I'm just like, I don't really understand it, but
yeah.
That's before I knew how it worked. Whenever I didn't know how it worked, I was like, how the hell did he do that? You know, how the hell did he won?
Yeah, for sure.
My car, Earth City.
Say it again, Chris. You broke up.
Eric Candy put on there, I was going to take it up to Earth City this summer. I ain't against that.
You ain't taking that car to Earth City.
Oh, yeah, I would.
Oh, here we go. Yeah, we can take it up here. I'll go with you.
That's 5 minutes from my house.
Yeah, we just go. Yeah.
How far are y'all from Crossville?
4 hours. No, wait. Yeah, about 4 hours. 4
Yeah,
hours.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind going up there trying that backside race. That'd be fun.
Oh, I started to, and that's when Tracy got sick. You know, couldn't make it or whatever. But I was going to go over to that. What are you doing here?
I just got done.
What was wrong with it?
APU was trying to start.
Oh,
Nothing.
and had no gas in it. Yeah. Well, we had an hour and a half, boys. I guess that's probably about long enough, I guess, unless y'all want to talk some more.
Man, it's whatever y'all want to do. I appreciate y'all letting me come on and give me something to do on a Sunday besides work on my car and stress out and pull the rest of my hair out.
We appreciate you coming on here.
Yeah.
We do it every Sunday. I don't know if it's worth a shit or not, but it gives us something to do too. So.
Well, I've had fun. If nobody else had fun, I did it because I wanted to do it. I didn't do it for nobody else.
Absolutely.
Hell, I had fun doing it myself.
James got to show off that new haircut.
I did that myself.
We can tell.
I know.
No, I'm playing.
Women did mine.
Yeah.
I ain't got to do shit to it. It just goes. I woke up like this, is what they say.
Damn. All right. Well, I guess we're gonna cut it off. Hell, we had an hour and a half, and Aaron's here, and I'm tired, and them two down at the bottom there, they're ugly as hell. So we might as well get off here.
All right, man.
All right, guys. I appreciate
Good luck
it.
to y'all.
We'll do it.
Yep.
We'll do it again next Sunday.
That'll work.
Heck, you're never there. I can't go live when you ain't there.
What?
Eric said we'll go live from his shop, but he ain't never there.
that's just an excuse to hide from you.
Yeah. We're at that shop. I ain't gonna be on here. We're gonna be working on that car.
Oh boy.
We'll
Watch out. Lock the door, Eric. Change the code.
All right. I'll see you guys later.
All right.